Creatures of the night, it's your girl Tati, and baby, let's talk about AEW Collision. It was so good. Now, we started off with a no DQ match with Powerhouse Hobbs versus Sammy Guevara, which I thought was going to be on the pay-per-view card, but I guess not. We got it for Collision. Now, the match did start off with Powerhouse Hobbs pretty much being somehow overpowered by Sammy Guevara. However, shit goes left for Sammy once Powerhouse Hobbs gets his fucking head in the game. This match had tables, ladders, and chairs. Oh my! And I was absolutely loving it. And I kept thinking, this is finally we getting a match where it's not predictable in terms of who's going to take the win. Sometimes when you already feel like you know who's going to win, it takes the fun away. However, this time I'm looking at it and I'm just like, it can literally go either way, even though I wanted Powerhouse Hobbs to win. Now, we do have, I don't know, maybe like a 20-foot ladder in the ring. Powerhouse Hobbs is already laying on 2 tables outside of the ring, and here comes Sammy Guevara taking his sweet time. I swore this part took like 5 minutes for Sammy to not only find the ladder, get the ladder set up in the ring, climb up the ladder, and for him to, I don't know, just fall down onto Powerhouse Hobbs onto that table. It felt like fucking 5 minutes. And I was just like, Sammy, you should have probably did already get the ladder into the ring and all that before you got Hobbs ready, because it just took way too long. This was after Sammy had hit Powerhouse Hobbs twice, I want to say, with a beer bottle to the head. So now he's all pretty much unconscious, laying on a table until we have Sammy Guevara from the fucking 20-foot ladder that's already in the ring, adding a couple of more feet to that, coming down onto Powerhouse Hobbs onto 2 tables. Absolutely freaking insane. I have to commend AEW on this right here, is that they finally let Powerhouse Hobbs do what it is that he does in the ring. No squash situation. This was him going against Sammy and him doing exactly what he is meant to do, and I appreciated that so much. Right at the end of the match, we have a spot where, while Hobbs is laying on the table, he pushes the referee onto Sammy Guevara, and the referee's knocked out for like 2 or 3 seconds, not as long as the usual ref bump. And from there, Powerhouse Hobbs ends up taking control, grabbing Sammy, going onto the top rope with Sammy, and putting him through the table with the world's strongest slam. And 1, 2, 3. Hobbs takes the win, and I was just like, holy shit, did he just win the match? I was so happy about that. Right call. I absolutely love this match. I can care less about Sammy Guevara, but he did a really great job here. I don't know what's next for Sammy because they're always trying to force him down our throats. But Powerhouse Hobbs looks absolutely amazing. And whatever to do with Hobbs, it needs to go nowhere but up from here because he looks so amazing in that match. And I know he's a star. AEW, give that man a push that he deserves. Up next, we get a promo from Jon Moxley and Claudio Castagnoli. Jon Moxley talking about Claudio once walked 20 miles from the airport just so he can train. And I am just like, so there was no Ubers, there were no buses or whatever. Let me just say, this promo was like 5 minutes and I'm over it. I love my BCC, but I don't want to hear y'all rambling around for fucking 5 minutes. Anyway, they're basically talking about how they want to face FTR at the Revolution pay-per-view. And that little 20-minute match that they had, that was nothing for them. And they want more, and obviously for a longer period of time, whatever the case is. Now, right after that, we do get FTR versus Lee Moriarty and Shane Taylor. The predictability, once again, killed it for me. And you looked at this and you're like, okay, FTR is going into a pay-per-view match with BCC. Why would they take a loss before the pay-per-view? So you already know what was going to happen. And they actually end up happening. But this was a really decent effort from Shane Taylor Promotions, which really kills it because they have been wanting to do more. They want better things, and I'm glad that they're getting the opportunity to be on TV and whatnot, especially for Collision. However, there's no wins for these guys. Even on Ring of Honor, they're not taking much wins either, and they really want better things, and I can feel it in their promos that these guys, they're really great in the ring and they want more. They want better opportunities, but unfortunately, they're being fed over and over again to people who are at the top at AEW, and I'm fucking over it. This is just ridiculous. But right after the match, Dax go for the microphone, and I'm just like, oh my God, please don't say anything. I don't want to hear your fucking mouth. You're horrible at promos. He takes the mic, hands it over to Cash, and I'm just like, you know what, Cash, you're somewhat a little bit better than Dax. And he cuts a promo, then gives it to Dax. Basically, FTR takes like 48 minutes just to tell us that they want to have a match with BCC. And honestly, I'm bored, and it is what it is. Up next, we had Thunder Rosa versus Lady Bird Monroe. This was a squash. Thunder Rosa takes the win. I mean, she looks great, but really, I don't know what we're doing. This is just one of those things that it was just like, I'm glad they're giving us 2 women's matches on the show, but this is not good enough. I don't want to see people who's looking to get titles in squash matches against people that we've never even heard of or whatnot. And I'm not trying to take some credit away from this young lady who came in the ring tonight. It's just that you're in the ring with Thunder Rosa for 2 freaking minutes. Now Thunder Rosa's talking into the camera, talking about, oh, I'm coming from the women's title. Oh, I'm going to be a champion, blah, 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 blah. You don't look like a champion in 2 minutes. I'm sorry. Over it. Up next, we have Renee Paquette with Willow Nightingale, Stokely Hathaway, and Chris Statlander. They're responding to Julia Hart and Sky Blue's promo from Rampage, which was pretty good. I did really enjoy that. Basically, Statlander wants to go against, Sky Blue next week, I believe on Dynamite, whatever the situation is. Sure, I'm pretty sure we're going to get a tag team match at the Revolution pay-per-view with these girls. They might as well just give us that. That would be really interesting. Other than that, I wish it would have come a little bit harder with Sky Blue. I did enjoy that promo we got from her on Rampage, but I really just wish that we felt that she was part of the House of Black. I don't really know what her placement is, but at least it seems like we're getting something cooking between the 4 of these girls, so I wouldn't mind seeing tag team action with them. Now, we had trios action. We had the Bang Bang Scissor Gang versus the Iron Savages. The Iron Savages get the Jobbers entrance, and obviously that already worries me. We already know what's going to happen here. So we had, first things first, okay, before the match even started, we had a really cool entrance with Bullet Club Gold. They do that cool thing where the camera's going around them or whatever, and they're spitting out the water, and I actually think it's cute. I really like that. However, they got that cardboard of Juice Robinson that's there too, and I think it's, I get it. They're trying to support their friend and whatever. It's cute. It's funny. Now, here comes the Acclaim coming out because Daddy Ass Daddy Ass is the only one from that group that's going to be in the match, while we have Colton and, what's the other one? Jay White facing the Iron Savages. Now, here comes the Acclaim coming out. And Max Caster give us like 2 freaking lines, and then boom, he forgets his rap. And he can't really take it back. This is live TV. I think he forgets completely what he wants to say, so he shuts the fuck up. And obviously, the match gets started. He's not in it. He's just ringside. And you know what? Max Caster has been vocal lately about how AEW is censoring him and not letting him rap on the show. And he finally starts to rap after a few weeks of not rapping, and he fucks up. You know what? This is live TV. You get what you get, Max Caster. Give me a call. You really look hot tonight, though. Now, the match is it's whatever. It's nothing out of the ordinary. It's just pretty much, not a squash, but exactly what you thought it was. It's going to be the Bang Bang Scissor Gang taking the win over the Iron Savages. One of the guys from the Iron Savages, I can never forget who is who in this group, after they take us to Titty City showing their tits or whatever, here comes Daddy Ass hitting the Famouser on one of them. I forgot their names. And he hits the Famouser and he hits the ground, but then he gets up and then he throws his body outside of the ring. Like, this is one of the most oversold things I've ever seen in professional wrestling. Matter of fact, it's all over the internet because everybody's like, what the fuck is that? It was absolutely hilarious. And if you don't take it too seriously, you'll laugh. If you take it seriously, you're gonna think it's stupid. Either way, Iron Savage just takes the L. I don't know what the hell we're doing with this Bang Bang Scissor Gang thing, but this is a waste of 2 sets of titles. Tony Khan, get it together. Up next, we have the bounty hunter, Brian Keith, going against our boy, Malachi Black. Malachi has not wrestled in singles competition since, I want to say, June of 2022. Yes, do the math. That is almost 2 years of not having any singles matches, which is freaking insane. I mean, how many matches did the House of Black have? You know what? It doesn't even matter. He has a really, really amazing match with Brian Keith. I was kind of nervous at first. I was like, they're not going to job Brian, but they might have Malachi just looking better throughout most of this match. And honestly, it was a 50-50 type of thing. I felt in my heart that Malachi was going to take the win, but it literally could have gone either way. And I enjoyed these two so much. I know sometimes you might look at someone like Brian Keith and think that he might not mesh well with other different types of styles, but he is just so amazing in the ring. I think anybody can get in the ring with him and he can just tear the house down with that, whoever his opponent is. And I absolutely love versatile wrestlers like this. We finally get a chance to see Malachi Black in a situation where he's on his own. There is no Buddy Matthews. There is no Brody King to be ringside. He's doing things all on his own instead of being in trios action. And hell the fuck yeah, I would love to see Malachi going for some title at some point. I don't see that happening super in the near future, but at some point I would love to see him TNT title. Fuck, beat Orange Cassidy for that international title, since it doesn't seem like anyone's going to be doing that anytime soon. I would love to see that. Amazing match between Brian and Malachi Black. However, Malachi takes the win, and I'm not mad at it. Had a really great performance. Right after winning, the lights cut out, and I'm just like, wait a minute, isn't that your thing? Why is the light cutting out after your match? Then the lights turn back on. Brian Keith cleared the fuck out, and then we already have our boy, our Sussex County chicken, Mark Briscoe in the ring, going to attack Malachi Black. He has that thing, whatever it was, whatever you called that long ass thing that they had attacked him with the other week, where he was leaking all over the place. He went to go and stab Malachi Black with it, but Malachi moves out the way and it gets stuck onto the turnbuckle. He is trying to pull it out so that he can go and stab Malachi with it. However, the rest of the House of Black members, they come out and they assisted Malachi Black in beating up Mark Briscoe. And I'm just like, Mark, why did you come on alone? Where's your friends? Where are the people who said they love you? Why are you by yourself facing anybody from the House of Black? That was a bad move. I don't know where we're going with the whole Mark Briscoe versus the whole House of Black thing. Yeah, I don't know. Up next, we have Serena Deeb versus Lady Frost. Another match where it's just like, why should I even watch this? This is gonna end up exactly how I think it's gonna end up, and it's exactly what you think it is. Serena Deeb wins and beat Lady Frost. Lady Frost has to have the ladies' worst wins-loss records for sure. I'm sure of it. She loses just about every single time she gets in the ring, and she is criminally underrated. I don't think people truly know how well she does in the ring. If you are only watching AEW, you're not going to get a chance to see how well some of these people actually perform. You have to turn onto some type of random ass indie promotion in the middle of nowhere to really see what a lot of people can do in the ring. Lady Frost is one of those people. Anyway, like I said, Serena Deeb takes the win. Lady Frost, they get a chance to, show a little something, but this is really about the professor standing out here. Now, after this match, though, she gets the mic and she's cutting a promo. I'm bored.com, Serena Deeb, because she is pretty much hitting the same promo she did the other night. It's literally the same thing she said before, just kind of put the sentences in different order. And I'm just like, girl, you think we're not going to realize you said all this shit like 2 weeks ago? This is the same exact promo. She's amazing in the ring. She's very technical, and I really do enjoy that about her. However, the personality is like, there is none. The promo's garbage. girl, get it together. I understand you're really great in the ring and you could probably kick everybody's asses on the roster, but you're not so strong at other things, and those are the things you should work on, especially if you're looking for gold. I'm bored. Very bored. Main event time, we had our Bryan Danielson versus Jun Akiyama. Now, before the match gets started, here comes Eddie Kingston and his laceless Timberland boots walking over to the commentary table. Jun Akiyama is one of his heroes, and he wants to see up close and personal what's going to happen between Jun and Bryan. Totally understand. However, you have 3 freaking titles on you. Why do you even have time to be sitting on commentary? You shouldn't even have time to be with your family. You should be reigning and defending those titles. And unfortunately, we don't get a chance to see what I feel like is enough of Eddie Kingston defending those titles. You wanted to be a Triple Crown champion. You got it. And I want to see you defending those titles. Had he had defended the titles earlier in the night, and then now he's sitting on commentary, I'll take it. But bitch, you're not defending anything. I don't appreciate that. You have 3 titles for no reason. None of this shit makes sense. Anyway, main event goes on, and Bryan Danielson, Lord have mercy, this man does no wrong in my eyes in the ring. Jun Akiyama is, going against Bryan, and you're looking at him, you're like, okay, he's definitely much older. He's definitely moving at a different pace. But he's able to, kick it with someone like Bryan Danielson in the ring. And he's like, bitch, you could be technical. I could be technical too. And I'm looking at this and I'm like, yes, it is predictable that Bryan will take this win. Bryan is pretty much on this tour of going against New Japan wrestlers. Tony Khan is definitely making sure that they can get on that flight, come to America and have matches with him, aside from Bryan Danielson being the one to constantly go to New Japan and wrestle these guys. So it is what it is. Really great main event. I did enjoy it. However, we have Eddie Kingston on commentary talking shit about my Bryan Danielson. And you know what? I think it's fair. Bryan gets on commentary during his match and talks shit. So it is what it is. After this match, obviously Bryan wins, obviously. After this match, Bryan is, giving him the finger while he's on commentary and talking shit or whatever. And then he goes to go shake Jun Akiyama's hand. And Jun is like, gives him a bitch slap. And he's like, well, how you gonna treat my boy like that? Like, what's up with you? And then they get into it in the ring, and obviously Eddie Kingston's not liking that. He's like, you're not gonna put your finger on my hero. He goes in the ring to go help Jun Akiyama, and that's when we actually get to really see what's up with those Timberland boots. And I'm just like, holy shit, do people do this? Not wear laces with these boots, bro? This is not 2005. We don't do that stuff anymore. Whatever. It is what it is. And they're getting into a scuffle. Claudio Castagnoli comes and say, hey, you're not going to put your hands on my bestie. And he's defending Bryan Danielson. And then here comes FTR. I just don't know what it is, but when FTR comes to save somebody, I feel annoyed about it. I really do, because it's just like, I don't want to see you guys right now. I wanted to see Eddie Kingston get his ass whooped. That's what I wanted to see. But they come and help, and Bryan Danielson and Claudio Castagnoli retreats. And that's how the show ends. The show actually, the matches that were really, really good are absolutely worth the watch. Obviously, Sammy Guevara and Powerhouse Hobbs, really, really good stuff. Also, we got, what's their name? Malachi Black, Brian Keith, really great stuff. Obviously, the main event as well. If you watch the watch along with us, sometimes the show is not that great, but we having really good vibes on the chat, and we're talking and having a great time. And I really appreciate everyone who's watching the watch alongs. We had a special guest coming up with us as well. So anybody who's watching and wants to join the watch along, I would absolutely appreciate that. That just makes the show so much more fun when you feel like you're having a really great vibe with other people who love pro wrestling as well. So if you did miss the show, go back, watch these matches. It actually was a good time. It was one of the better episodes of Collision that we've had in a really long time. And I can't wait to see what's going to happen. Pay-per-view is next Sunday, and I can't say I have high hopes or no hopes at all, but I'm just hoping for a good show. And usually AEW knocks it out of the park with these pay-per-views. Guys, thanks so much for watching my review. I will be back on Wednesday with Dynamite.